Hi YouTube world, welcome back to the workshop. Projects we're going to do this week is that this piece of sycamore. As you can see, we've got the sycamore log. There were some tree surgeons in the village one day and I went round and had a look, and the chap there told me I could help myself. Unfortunately they'd logged it, because ideally what I would have liked was a piece about 3 foot long and then cut it, but they'd already logged it like that. But it hasn't split at all, which is really nice. It's about 2 years old, it's quite dry. And that is 17 inches high, which is 420mm, and 10 inches wide, which is about 250. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a 250 by 250 piece off of there, which is what I'm going to use today, and then we'll use that smaller piece for something else later on. So the first thing I want to do is take it over onto the bandsaw and cut my 250 piece, and then cut the corners off. So as you can see, that's a piece of sycamore set up. I've got my screw chuck on this end, and I've got it between centres on there. So what I'm going to do now is just very quickly rough this away. I'm not going to finish turning the bottom because I want to put some pyrography onto the rim, which is on the other side, and should I make a mistake and I've got plenty of wood left to work with, I can turn it off and start again. Whereas if I make that like the finished size and I make a mistake, it doesn't give me any wood to work with. So first thing to do, just very quickly turn this way into a rough shape of a bowl. So we've got spun round in the lathe. First thing I'm going to do is face this all off. I'm also going to put a tenon on there, because in a minute I'm going to turn that round and finish at the bottom of the bowl. Finish on there. Right, I'm going to stand it up because that should be our finished piece there. I'll get back to you once I've done that. So that is the finished surface I want to work with, and what I want to do is give myself an 8-side perimeter there. And then I want to come in about 15 now. A little more. 10 mil there. What I want to do now is use the indexing tool on the head of my lathe. So you can see the rim of the bowl, and I've divided that all up into segments, and now what I want to do is go around, take that inner one, and I'm just going to mark every other one. A lot of this is going to be quite repetitive, so what I'm going to do is just start off showing you, and then I'll just put you on fast forward, and then I'll chop some out. And then when I come into the second line, I'll do every other one, but staggered, as you can see from there. And then go back and do the other one. And now what you want to do is go diagonally So what we're actually doing, we're joining the outside of that one to the outside of that one. So that one's inside, that one's outside. So that one's outside, inside, outside, inside. You can see already the basket weave is just starting to form there. So now I've got that started, I can see what I'm doing. And now I've got the confidence to go for the paragraph. We'll see later on, if you give these lines a slight curve, you'll see later on as that basket weave starts to form, it almost gives the impression of the basket being, or the weave actually being pulled in as it ducks under another piece of weave. Well, as you see, I've done most of that. And what I want to do is just finish off the outside. And to do that, what we want to do is bring, where that weave comes underneath there, we bring it up there, and it wants to go underneath and join up on that one. So what I'll do is just bring that up. So there. I'll bring that one. And that just gives the impression that that tucks underneath there. Okay, I'm going to work my way around the rest of the bowl and just finish that off. I'll get back to you when that's done. So as you see, I've finished all around the outside. And like I said, so the basket weave goes underneath there, comes up there, and then gives the impression of ducking in underneath there. So what I want to do now is do exactly the same on this side. So it'll come out of there. And that one will come out of there. And that one will duck back in there. All done. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to put that back on the lathe, and I'll just sand that because I want to take all these pencil marks off, and I'll just very lightly sand that all the way around. Start off with 180 because all I want to do is just take the pencil marks off. So what I want to do now is just turn that around and finish the bottom of the bowl off. So where I left that rim so thick there, I can take that down The bowl is actually going to be smaller than what I thought it was, so I can actually take a lot of this away. I won't need that either. Shame that sycamore is such a bland wood, because it's really nice to work with. Right, I'll get the sand that down. I'll get back to you. Normally, sycamore is quite a bland wood. Very pale, very little grain, but this piece, there's some lovely grain pattern running up through there. It really is nice. And on that side as well. So I think what I'm going to do on this, I'm going to put some sand and cedar on there, which should bring the grain out. And then I'm going to put some gold embellishing wax on there. And hopefully that should sit down in there. And it will brighten that wood up. So sand and cedar first. There's some gold embellishing wax. That's really sitting down in that grain there. There we have the bottom all finished. Really nice. Alright, that's done. Let's turn that around, hollow the bowl. I'll just go on my scraper, just to finish that off. And give me a nice curve in the bottom of that bowl. That's really nice. Nice smooth shape in there. Right, I'll get the sand inside of that. I'll get back to you. So I'm going to do exactly the same on this side. Bit of sand sealer. Bit of embellishing wax in there. A bit of cloth, just take off the excess. Lovely shine in there. Now I'm just going to finish this off with some Osmo top oil, which is a hard wax oil, and that will really protect that. I could have used a lacquer on that, but I would have had to let that natural, the same as outside. I don't know whether lacquer sits on top of wax or not, or whether there'd be a reaction. I've never done it before. You see that top oil, it's darkening that wood slightly. It's giving it quite a nice lustre, and it's really bringing that weave out as well. Just wipe off any excess. I'll leave that for 8 to 10 hours. So what I'll do is I'll leave that overnight, and I'll come back tomorrow and I'll give that another coat, and then that should bring that up really quite nice. It's my work finished. Oh, there you go, YouTube. Another finished product. I really like that. I think that's once you get into it, it is very easy to do. It just looks very complicated to start with, but once you start in on it, it is very nice. Nice bit of sycamore. Not sure whether that's picking up the gold in there or not. As I say, it is such a shame about the sycamore, because when you sand it up, you never sand wood to a smoother texture than sycamore. It's unbelievable. I just wish you could feel that. It really is nice. Well, that's this week's offering. I hope you enjoyed it. If you've enjoyed watching it, half as much as I enjoyed making it, would you please hit that subscribe button, because we're getting awfully close to 2,000. You can make an old man very happy. So thank you very much, everybody. See you all again next week. You take care of yourself. Bye bye.